Right, here we go. How to get beach body lean this summer. So if you're listening or watching this, you are more than likely wanting to look the best you can look this summer, right? You want to be that guy who or girl who's on the beach and you're looking lean, you're feeling fucking amazing. People are looking at you and thinking, this person respects themselves, this person takes care of their body, and they're in incredible shape, right? That is exactly what this is going to help you do. This is the exact blueprint that I've used. Not the exact blueprint, as in it is me giving you everything that you need. Obviously, the only thing missing is obviously the absolute details for you specifically. This is just the general guideline, but that you can definitely go and apply this 100%. Only if you choose to, all right? You can be one or two people, you can go and apply it and get great results, or you can be the person who doesn't, bins it off and just continues going down the same path, right? And if you do follow it, you're consistent, I promise you, you're going to see incredible results. So the first thing is a bit of a mindset shift, and I was thinking about this, talking to another client the other day, and they were saying about how they're going to struggle over summer. And you're only going to struggle over summer if you want to, because this is the way I see it. I think that the summer is the best time to diet. Right? Any time is the best time, right? But like the summer for me is the best time, especially in the UK, because the evenings are longer. Like it gets dark at like 9:30, 10. It's warmer for the most part. I know it's shit in the UK, but like for the most part, it will probably be okay. Which means that you have more hours in the day that you're not sitting in under a blanket watching Netflix. You can get up, you can go, you can get back from work. You don't mind going out for a walk at 9 in the evening because it's just nice to do that after dinner or something. You're going to be more active, which means you're going to burn more calories. It's going to be hotter. You're going to feel the summer is upon you, right? Which means that your decision making is like, you're going to be more exposed. It's different. When you're in the winter, you're covered up. You're not really thinking about it. You've got a hoodie on, so you're not really bothered. But when you're in the summer, you've got a t-shirt on. Maybe the t-shirt isn't fitting that nicely. Maybe it's a little bit tight around the stomach. Maybe it's a little bit loose around the sleeves. You're thinking, my arms need to be bigger. My belly needs to be flatter. I need my abs on show, or I want to get them on show. And that's going to make you think, I need to buck my ideas up. I need to be a bit healthier. I need to make sure that I'm on it and I'm doing the things I need to do to move forward. So I think the summer's the best time. I've dieted the last 2 summers and it was way more successful than when I did it in the previous winter. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, well, this is the first thing in terms of the actual blueprint. So the most important thing, and you're probably bored of hearing it, calorie deficit. You need to be in a calorie deficit to lose body fat. So 2 things are important, calories and then protein. Easiest calculation, your body weight in pounds times 10. So if you're 170 pounds, times up by 10, you now have to have 1,700 calories a day to lose body fat, right? That's how many calories you need to track to, you need to hit. The next thing is your protein. This is important. Why? It's going to help you feel full and satiated, so you're not always hungry. It's going to recover you from the gym, which means you're going to build muscle from all the effort you've been putting in. It's going to help you lose body fat faster. So, and it tastes good, obviously. So then body weight in pounds for that one, times 1. So again, if it's 170 pounds that you are, times 1, you're now eating 1,700 calories, 170 grams protein. It's as easy as that. And here's the thing that most people are... Actually, before we go on to that, just specifically of this, you don't need to be perfect. Don't be that person that I've been in the past where you're like, I have to hit 1,700 a day. It has to be 170 grams protein. If you don't do that, you then throw the towel in, you say, fuck it, and then you just go back to your old ways. Here's the thing, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistently close to these numbers. So give yourself like a 5% forgiveness. So like that could be roughly 100 calories more or less per day. It could be 10 grams of protein more or less per day. Trust me when I say, as long as you're consistently closer to these numbers, you're going to make a lot of progress. The body doesn't care if you're 1 calorie off. It cares if you're 500 more a day. Yeah, then you're not going to really lose much body fat. But like, just be consistently close, and that's enough. You don't have to be bang on it. This is the next part. It's not about just the deficit. So I made this mistake. I remember when I first dieted and I just followed people that say just be in a calorie deficit, eat what you want, and that didn't work out well. I was always hungry, I was tired, my gym performance suffered, and I didn't get to the end of the diet. And I always thought dieting's so hard. Dieting feels heavy, it feels tough. But here's the thing, when you do it right, I'm not saying it's always going to be easy. There are times where anything is tough in life, but like it should not feel like a diet. You should not be absolutely ravenous all the time. You shouldn't feel like you're struggling, you're dragging yourself through mud. It should just feel like everyday life and you're moving forwards. Here's the thing as well. I have so many clients that reach out to me after their first few weeks and go, they actually want to reduce the food. They say this is a little bit too much for me. And they always say, how am I still waking up half a kilo down and I'm still full? It doesn't make any sense, but it does. Well, when you do things right, that's how you should feel. That's how you know when you've set your diet up correctly for most people, right? How do we do that? I've given you calories, I've given you protein. Now it's your choice, but you have to make sure that this is a mainly whole foods diet. This is like 90% of your diet, 80% on the lowest end of those calories, of those protein, is whole food sources, things that grow out of the ground, natural foods. I'm not going to go through this video and telling you what they are. I've got a specific guide on this if you want me to send it over, like a meal plan thing, but just message me on Instagram for that. But the whole foods are just going to keep you feeling good and energetic, so you perform well in the gym. Obviously important for your health. They're going to be higher in terms of the amount of food you eat, the volume, because they're not caked with calories for the most part than other things that you're probably going to eat, like fast food and stuff. And because of that, you're going to feel nice and full. So like, these are the things that you should be eating. And then the other 10%, 15%, of course, have a meal out, have a takeaway once a week, have a few drinks with your friends, just track them into your calories, have chocolate every evening if you really want to have that. Like, whatever you feel like is going to help you stick to this diet, that's important as well. So don't just think it's 100% whole foods. Like, most of it is, and then it's a little bit, mostly what you need, a little bit of what you want. That's how you want to view things. That's how we do it within the program. We're mainly whole foods, and obviously it's dependent on the client and it's specific to them, but for the most part, that's how we do things. The next thing is activity. So now you've got that in check. By the way, don't worry, this isn't 500 slides on this. It's just other old slides on here as well. This is going to be like 4 or 5 of these, but basically almost done. Activity is important. I've never seen anyone. I've seen everyone lose body fat on even 3, 4, 5K steps a day. I've never seen anyone get lean and get abs and look amazing with anything less than 8K. But for the most part, I say 8 to 12K. 10K, if you want to aim for that, cool. It's like this magic number. It's just a good amount that for most people is going to help them lose body fat. You don't have to hit that. Again, use a range. 8 to 12K steps a day, easier to be consistent with. Aim between there, you're going to be okay. Cardio, I believe in it. So many people say don't do it. And they think that, you do cardio is bad. Yeah, if you're doing it 5-6 hours a week, obviously that just takes up too much time. You haven't got the time. We both know that. And it's going to make you hungry and feel really, really bad and impossible to stick to the diet. I'd say start at 30 minutes on the lower end. 30 minutes, 10 minutes after each gym session a week, or however you want to do that. Have it at like a conversational pace. So if I was next to you talking to you right now about this, and I was like presenting this webinar to you as you were doing it, you could talk back to me and it could be pretty easy to do. But not so hard to the point where you're gassing out and you're struggling, but not so easy to the point where it's like, this is so easy and I'm not sweating up or anything at all. That's kind of the amount you do. Why? Helps burn a little bit of calories. 2, mainly improves your health, and when your health's better, you will lose body fat and build muscle more efficiently. That's all I'm going to explain. I'm not going to go into the science of that, but that's all you need to know. That's important. And then the last thing is obviously gym. This isn't really about losing body fat. It's not. Everything we just spoke about, that's going to help you get to the body fat loss that you want. The gym is here because we don't just want to be that person who loses body fat, loses muscle, and doesn't look good. We want you to look fucking great. We want you to build muscle, build your body shape, build your physique. Not that we're going to get you massive. It's just not going to happen in an 8 to 12 week diet, but it's going to help you get stronger and actually shape your body a bit better. So 3 gym sessions a week. Why do we do full body? 1, it's enough for you at any experience level to build a great body. 2, you're busy. So 3 full body sessions, 30 to 45 minutes a week, maybe an hour if you have more time. That is all you need. And again, I've got a free guide on this if you want it. Just message me on Instagram, full body or something like that, and I will send it over to you. No email required for it. I'll just send it over as a link, and that gives you an example of what your free sessions could look like. But the goal is we don't want to train like a bodybuilder. You don't need to now do these boring plans that have you training 5, 6, 7 days a week, loads of cardio, like I said, all these restrictive stuff, eating chicken, broccoli and rice 3 times a day, or a fish and a rice cake, right? You can have the food enjoyable. You can have the training enjoyable. We need to make this a process that is enjoyable. I'm not saying you're going to love everything. It's never going to happen. But it should be something that you're like, do you know what? I actually want to go to the gym this week, or I actually want to keep this up. And it should feel, for the most part, like you're not dragging yourself through the mud. It should just feel like everyday life. And in the background, it shouldn't feel like a diet. In the background, you're doing all these things. You're living your life. You're having fun over the summer. And then you're just losing body fat at the same time. That is how this process should feel. So the last thing I want to say is challenge yourself now. Like, I've just given you the blueprint. Go and apply that. But here's the thing, you can dip your toes into it, and this is where most people make a mistake. They dip their toes in, they kind of see a bit of progress, they kind of don't, and they don't really get anywhere, and they're just always on this endless diet. What we do in the program, it's get in and get out as quickly and safely as possible, because what I want for my clients is to keep them in shape for life, get them living life flexibly and get them away from dieting. But to do that, we want to get there as fast as we can. So challenge yourself, set these targets for the next week going forwards, and promise yourself that you're going to go all in. You're going to tick everything off, not perfectly, but as consistently good as you can. And I promise you, like, this works. You don't need to go on ChatGPT, don't need to go on Google, you don't need to go on YouTube and find all of these things. I've done this because I want to simplify this as much as I can. That's what we're all about, so that you now don't need all this conflicting, confusing information. This is everything you need in this video right here. And if you do go and apply it and you do get really great results, message me, let me know. I'd love to see how it's got on for you and see other people winning, even if they're not a client of mine. And that's it. Like the video, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And my Instagram is always open for messages. So if you ever want to chat, you ever need any help, message me, ask me questions. Always happy to help people. That is my goal, help as many people as possible.